Have the Southeast Demons taking on the West Coast Warriors. I'm very pleased to have alongside me Nicole Prothero, coach of the Demons, and you were saying very excited, a little bit nervous?
Yeah, a little bit nervous, yeah.
But you managed to get a reversal on the result, and that was broke the Warriors' unbeaten run in the season. So it must give you a little bit of a mental upper hand.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be a pearler of a game out there today because we match. If you look at us on our stats, we're both pretty much, there's no splitting us down the middle. So I think it's going to be a really hard-fought net game of netball today.
And you were also saying last week you had a very close contest, which you felt coming into the finals is just what the team needed.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you come in easy, you don't get to play under that intense pressure. And we know that this is going to be an intense game tonight, so I think it would help us in that sense.
Well, thanks very much for coming up and joining us. We wish you all the best for the game.
Okay, thank you.
So that was Nicole Prothero, the coach of the Southeast Demons, and they're looking to try and get into the grand final. Of course, they faltered last year in the semi-final and also lost in the preliminary final. So they're looking to go one better in 2016. They've got a wonderful record in the Smarter Than Smoking WA Netball League, and they're looking to continue that record tonight. Well, we're going to take a short break and then we will be handing over to our commentary team tonight of John Lee and Caitlin Bassett. #21 of the month, and that of course is a major night. Andrea Gilmore won it last year. She'll be playing in the match tonight, so make sure if you want to get along to that you get your tickets from Netball WA. It is a night to remember, and I think John's going to give Caitlin Bass a little bit of a hard time because it's one of the few awards she's actually never won, but then again she went straight into the national ranks with of course the West Coast Fever very early in the piece. Well, it promises to be a really good game, as I say. If we look at the West Coast Warriors, they had a really good win last week against the Rangers, winning 75-51. And that made all of the difference for them coming into the game. And we're very pleased to have coach of the Warriors with us now. Carly, thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Tough game last week, or was it too easy a win really coming into a finals match?
Oh look, we were happy with how we played last week. So we've been trying to hit our straps by the end of the season. So we were happy with how we went. So yeah.
Reading your comments, you're saying the biggest thing for you is you've got the strength across the team. It's just consistency.
Yeah, definitely consistency. Putting 4 quarters together, following the game plan, and everyone playing their role is important for us tonight to be successful.
The Demons broke your unbeaten run at the start of the season, and they never came off the top of the ladder after that. So is it a case of trying to get some revenge tonight?
Oh look, we just want to play the best netball that we can play tonight. It's going to be a tough game all the way through. We're looking forward to it. It's good for the sport. But look, we're confident that we'll do the best that we can tonight and play our role. So yeah.
2 teams already in the finals for the West Coast Warriors, so can you make it a hat-trick?
Oh look, I'm super proud of the club, super proud of both the teams. Our Resis didn't make it last year, our 18s were out of it. So yeah, a little bit of pressure, but hey, we'll just go with the flow and do what we need to do tonight.
Fantastic, all the best and enjoy the game.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. That was Carly Guadanan, the coach of the West Coast Warriors, and of course they are looking to do a hat-trick of teams in the finals for the Smarter Than Smoking WA Netball League this year. Well, we will now try and take that short break, and then we will be back with all the match day action here at the WA State Netball Centre.
Addiction starts with a choice.
Really excited to be here, and like you said, it is a great atmosphere and looking forward to a great game tonight.
And the Warriors will get the game underway.
Yeah, Hayley McKee with the first centre pass and a penalty already. Courtney Kruter out of play.
A strong drive there from the Warriors. Looking for the first score, and it's rimmed out in the rebound there.
Mia Spencer takes the rebound and drives strongly. She's going to play a major part tonight against Lisa Millman. I'd like to say veteran. I know she probably hates that term, but Lisa Millman, the veteran in that Warriors goal attack position.
And of course, this game is being played concurrently with the first semi-final tonight between Rangers and the Coastal Sharks. We'll keep you up to date with that score as the games go on. The winner of that game will be taking on the loser of our feature game tonight next week in the preliminary final. The winner of this game going straight through to the grand final on Sunday, the 28th of August. That's another shot there to the Demons.
Ash Neal taking the very first goal. Ash Neal having a fantastic season. She leads all scorers in this league, 406 goals from 490 attempts.
And another attack here from the Demons. Spilt ball in the hands of Andrea Gilmore. The current reigning Jill McIntosh medalist is out there tonight, looking for a back-to-back premiership along with the teammates.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. These two teams match up so well, and you know, Demons are the top attacking team in the league against Warriors, who are the top defensive team, so it's going to be really interesting how those two battle it out on court. Another turnover by the Warriors sees Emily Cunningham take that throw in. She's gained a lot of experience this season, and the turnover by the Demons means Warriors gain back possession.
And they, one of the features of when they played last year, a little bit of a collision there, but Andrea Gilmore's going to take the ball. Nothing too much in that. Two people trying to be in the same spot.
Well, Andrea Gilmore was actually concussed in one of the games that they played against Demons earlier on in the season. So, you know, she takes her body through when she goes for the ball, and she leaves nothing.
And Emma Koch put up the first goal for the Warriors tonight. She's shooting again. And 2 from 2.
Nice mid-range shot there from Koshi.
Have been played just a couple of minutes now. And the Warriors are leading 2-1, but the Demons are in attack, and there's a player all by herself.
Amber Harvey, home alone. Can't leave her. She's too dominant underneath the post.
That's too, yeah, she's going to score every time if you leave her like that, isn't she?
Definitely. That attacking line for Demons has had a lot of experience. They know each other inside and out. Lisa Millman putting up her first shot, unfortunately rims out.
And the Demons with the ball, they're working patiently here, they're not rushing anything.
Warriors definitely putting on the pressure, working the ball out of defence.
And Amber Harvey yet again.
Just over the top of Andrea Gilmore. Gilly won't be happy with that one.
It's a 1-goal lead to the Demons, and they have possession again, 3-2, but it's early stages, just the 3 minutes played. And Amber Harvey misses for the first time.
And Brooke Walker picking up the penalty there. Brilliant defence from the Demons, really shutting down all those options through the mid-court.
And they really have been patient so far, haven't they? They've been waiting for an opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. Nicely finished off there by Ash Neal.
So that's 4-2 now in favour of the Demons, but it is the Warriors in attack. Are working their way around the circle. And it's ended in the hands of Lisa Millman, and she's put up her first goal for the evening.
She's got so much speed, Lisa Millman. Fantastic player. She plays with so much passion. She's got that white line fever out there.
The Demons are working it forward this time. They're looking Harvey and
Cody Blay. Nice little connection there. And Amber Harvey open underneath the post.
She scores again, Harvey. And that was one of the features of when they played well in the finals last year, was Cody Blay and Amber Harvey, that combination.
Oh,
it's a great intercept, nearly a great intercept.
Mia Spencer read that so well,
Lisa
just
Millman.
fumbled. Lisa Millman picked up those scraps.
Still one goal to the lead of the Demons, and there's a foul in the Demons' attacking court. It's back with Cody Blay, and still working it around into the hands of Emma Kosh, and she's...
Of Ash Neal for the
Sorry,
Demons.
Ash Neal. Don't want to put that down in the wrong column. I'll hear about that later. 6-4 in favour of the Demons. 5 minutes played. And Millman again. She's been their target so far. That's her third goal.
And that's what I like about the Warriors. They don't have that one dominant goal shooter. They've got two dominant shooters, which makes the Demons defenders have to work that much harder.
And there's another whistle.
A held ball, I think, for the Demons, which gives Warriors another opportunity.
And they worked it really quickly there too.
Lovely finish by Emma Kosh. So, even, 6 goals all.
9 minutes 22 to go in this first quarter. For the second semi-final, the winner through to the grand final in 2 weeks' time. Will it be a repeat of last year's grand final? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, look, I think Demons will be disappointed they didn't make the grand final last year, and are really looking to win this game to make it straight through to that grand final.
The Demons working patiently again. And
Amber Harvey.
There's a good hand there, though.
She's such a good, strong target in the circle for the Demons.
They seem to be finding that player out the back, don't they, in space. They're finding a lot of space, the Demons. Oh, it's a miss to Harvey.
Oh, bad luck, Andrew Gilmore. Called for using the post, unfortunately.
I think she had a bit of a smile on her face that time.
Well, Andrew Gilmore, her mum used to head up the umpiring unit, so she is very well versed on the rules of netball.
That's another miss.
Warriors get another opportunity.
And there's Gilmore making some space behind the play there.
Oh.
And that's very speculative, but it's ended up in the right place. And now it's gone out. That was a strange play, Caitlin.
Yeah, just a little bit scrappy. I didn't expect the ball to be swung across the circle. I thought, Lisa Millman was a good option there, but she was ignored.
Sometimes you can try a bit too hard to create, can't you?
Yeah, exactly. I think sometimes the easiest option is the best.
And that was probably the best option in that case. Lisa Millman, another goal.
Warriors in the lead.
They are 8-6, 7.5 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Hayley McKee, she's so fast, she's so quick, she's really creating a lot of space in attack.
They've got a lot of possession around the edge of the circle to get to that shot though. Emma Kosh, she's going from 4 from 4 at the moment, or at least that's what I've got.
Nice long bomb from Emma Kosh there. Should be a bit of a confidence lift for her team.
Oh, smooth hands there from Harvey. The whistle. And it'll be Neal taking a shot. Just put that one down.
So Demons really need a turnover so they can chip away this 2-goal margin.
They've thrown the ball away there. That was not the greatest play by them. start. For Lisa Millman there, but
just a bit of miscommunication and poor execution on that pass. I'm sure they'll get it right next time. Warriors working hard to try and keep the ball in their attacking end.
They had to work that very hard. It was a very good take there. Could easily have been a turnover, but the Demons retained possession. They do need to back into it, keep in touch with the Warriors. They don't want to let them get away.
Oh.
And once again, the Warriors are coming up with a turnover, and they seem to be turning it over quite a lot in that forward third at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, the experience of Gilmore, she's really creating a lot of pressure in the Demons' attacking end, and although she's got a few penalties, it just means that she's in there and she's creating a lot of physical pressure, which is good for her team.
They haven't been able to take advantage of the penalties they have managed to secure so far, the Demons. And the Warriors are working it forward yet again.
Helen Taylor loving that pocket. She's caught the ball there 3 or 4 times in a row now. And
there goes Emma Kosh. Now, she was great in the final last year, Emma Kosh.
She was absolutely fantastic.
She's on fire again tonight. 5 from 5.
Oh, fantastic baseline drive from Amber Harvey. They should score. Penalty, Brooke Walker obstruction. Now,
do I count the first one as a shot on my stats, Caitlin? Okay, so I'll give it the goal there.
If it's called a penalty, it doesn't count as a shot. No.
But that was not a missed shot. That went straight through. I don't think there was any net in that at all.
No, Lisa Millman, no mistake in front of post.
11-8 now in favour of the Warriors, and Harvey just couldn't quite hang on to that one.
That was a bit of a throw and hope there from Cody Blaine, wing attack. Amber Harvey, probably not the best option. They need to work it short and sharp.
They want to turn it over and get a score back their way, the Demons. It's 8-11 in favour of the Warriors.
And Demons themselves doing a great work putting that defensive pressure on Warriors as they bring the ball down into their attack end.
And I think the Demons defenders are very sensitive to Lisa Millman at the moment. That's opened it up for young Emma Kosh a couple of times.
Definitely. And look, she's shooting strongly. She's taking shots from all different ranges, so they're going to have to tighten up on her.
And the Demons now down 13-8. But another turnover from the Warriors.
A nice tip there from Jess Eel.
Now they need to settle here and make the most of their opportunity. They've got a good chance to score, the Demons. And it's over the top to Amber Neal, and she has pulled back her 4th goal. 13-9 to the Warriors. So the Demons really want to turn the ball over here and get down the other end and score.
Yeah,
3.5 minutes to go.
I guess they can't really afford to let Warriors slip out too far, otherwise it's going to be tough for them to peg back that lead. So they're going to have to create a few turnovers in the next 3 minutes to make sure they're in the best position going into the second quarter.
Well, they're 5 up at the moment, the Warriors. And here come the Demons, and once again, Harvey has scored. They dragged 1 back, so it's for the difference with 3 minutes to play. Once again, this is where they need to start turning it over on the Warriors and get the back-to-back goals. And Emma Kosh, she doesn't miss, does she?
Mia Spencer was doing everything to put as much pressure over that shot, and still a nice clean one.
That's very important they score here.
Great timing from Demons.
And a good shot from Harvey. They don't want to be trading goals from this point in. They need to get a couple back.
Yes.
And there's the turnover they were looking for.
Lovely tip there from Lyndall Road. So athletic.
So there's a few of them out there that are pretty athletic tonight.
So Demons need to score off this one, and then they'll get the next centre pass, which should help them peg a couple of goals back. Long
Sam
shot.
Neal taking the long range shot.
Oh, just rings out.
The call goes the way of the Warriors there. I think Amber Harvey might have been thinking it was going to end up in her hands, but not to be.
Couple of looks to the umpire.
There's a big loopy one to Andrea Gilmore. I don't think she was expecting that one. It surprised her somewhat. So the Warriors have turned it over again. Very unlike them in the early stages of this game.
Yeah, uncharacteristic of Gilly to make an error like that. So she'll be working hard to get that ball back.
And here come the Demons again. They're looking for Harvey, but that ball's once again going over the back line. There's been a few that have ended up going aimed for Harvey that haven't ended up with it. They've gone across the back line.
It's definitely been quite a scrappy first quarter for the Demons. They, you know, not used to making this many mistakes in their attacking end. And, that's a lovely tip there from Mia Spencer, just not chased up. They're getting a few tips in their defensive end. They just need to make sure they follow up on them.
But one thing's for sure, if it ended up in Emma Kosh's hands, it's probably going to be a goal. She's 7 straight now, scores 16-11 in favour of the Warriors with 40 seconds to play. So the Demons really want to make the most of this opportunity. Cody Blair with the ball, and she's found Harvey. Harvey takes a shot, and she's scored, which helps the Demons close that gap. Still 4 goals, 30 seconds to play, so the Warriors could extend it.
Yeah.
It's ended up with Emma Kosh again, and she don't miss.
She makes no mistake, does she? 23 seconds left on the clock. Demons can score from this one, but they need to be direct.
17-12 in favour of the Warriors. Just seconds
and
to
a
go.
turnover.
I think Cody's a bit disappointed with that one.
They're going to look down
That's
long.
found a counterpart in this. Cody's playing wing attack, I should say. Did you pick that turnover up? But that's called time.
Yeah, I think it was a contact call there from...
Well, at quarter time, the West Coast Warriors are up 17-12 over the Southeast Demons. And as you mentioned, the Demons were quite scrappy there at times, weren't they?
Yeah, obviously probably not the start they would have hoped for. And for them, you know, they're going to have a quick chat and work out what they need to do, whether it's make changes. I think personally, I think they just need to tighten up a little bit. They might be a little bit nervous out there, this being a final. The game's not over yet, but they're going to have to work really hard to close that 5-lead deficit going into this next quarter.
It's been very much the experienced heads that have been leading the way for both teams, hasn't it? Amber Harvey, although she's missed a few goals, she's presented well and given them something to throw the ball at. Andrea Gilmore, she's not really playing on her at all. She's sort of floating around a bit, isn't she?
Yeah, and I think that's what's disrupting the Demons in their attack end is Andrea Gilmore creating a bit of disruption outside the circle. So finding it hard to find that space and get those drives onto the circle and those connections between those dominant players. So, you know, for them to take Gilly out of the game, Ash Neal's probably going to have to work a little bit harder and lift her workload outside the circle, which will help open up Amber Harvey underneath the post.
And taking your opportunities when they happen. Emma Kosh is a perfect example of that. That, you know, she scored every time, and when you're scoring every time you get the ball, it makes it hard for the opposition, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Demons need to make sure when they've got that ball in their goal circle that they're scoring from it. Too many missed shots and too many fumbles over the baseline and miscommunication of passes.
And of course, the Jill McIntosh medal is coming up on Friday, the 21st of October. Our current Jill McIntosh medalist out there tonight playing. In fact, it's one of the few you haven't won as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got most of them.
No, I have never won the Jill McIntosh medal, unfortunately. I was lucky enough, though, to present Andrea Gilmore last year with her medal. I got to MC, and yeah, a very special moment for such a hard-working player. And you know, for Gilly, she's had experience in the ANZ. She went over and played for the Adelaide Thunderbirds, and for her to return back to Perth and you know, to really lead these Warriors, you know, she's done a fantastic job this season again. And it wouldn't surprise me if her name was one of the ones read out.
Yeah, she's certainly been very good tonight. If you want to go along to the Jim McIntosh Medal Night on Friday, the 21st of October, it's $150 per person. Get to the website, netballwa.com.au. You can secure your seats there. There's premium entertainment, drinks, packages, all sorts of stuff through the night. It's a good night too, isn't it?
It's a fantastic night. All the girls getting together. Often a lot of chatting and socialising happening. The
it's a
dance
frock
floor
up night.
Opens up exactly at the end of the night. And you know, it's a fantastic night for all the girls to celebrate the hard work they do throughout the season.
And so we're waiting for the start of the second quarter. Can you see any changes being made to the Demons? Do you think they're going to invest in what they've got out there and see what they can
Look, I think they've probably got their strongest lineup at the moment They just need to settle, especially in their attack end, and probably create a few more turnovers in that defence end. So staying as is for this next quarter, and same with Warriors, as you'd expect. After such a strong start, their players would be rewarded by keeping them on.
What do you think the Demons coach should be saying at this point in time, trying to get them to settle down?
Yeah, I think she's probably going to just tell them to probably stop and think a little bit more in attack, and to pull that ball in. You know, Andrea Gilmore is a physical player, and you know, you're going to have to stand up and be really strong against her. So I think Nick would be having those words with those players.
Well, play's just about to get underway. Warriors with the ball, 17-12 in favour of the Warriors, a 5-point deficit for the Demons, and the Warriors have surged forward yet again. They've found Millman, but she's looking for a better position. Emma Kosh was there for just a sec, but the ball went wide again. Millman, though, will be shooting, and she's missed that one, but turned it over.
Mia Spencer off balance on the baseline. She really needed a strong option to come towards her to give it to, but ended up passing it straight back to Millman underneath the post.
And she couldn't have held the ball at all either, because she was going over out of court. She had to get rid of it.
And another turnover from Demons. Ash Neal struggling to find options and turning the ball over.
And Emma Kosh has missed. First miss for the night.
And a nice little rebound there from Emily Cunningham.
But the Demons have got to start picking up goals on the trot, which means turnovers. So they seem to be being a bit more careful about it this quarter.
Yeah,
that was a pretty good pass.
Their timing's just a little bit out in attack. You know, they've got people all leading at once and then only one lead, so they really need to sort out their timing and make sure they're reading off each other.
18-13 in favour of the Warriors at the moment. We've only played a minute and a half of this second quarter. But the Warriors have been looking good there. They're going to take the ball from the side. Wasn't sure whose hand had quite got in there, but
Lyndall Rowe contact call and a nice easy pass to Emma Kosh underneath the post.
She's back to her scoring ways, 19-13. Hasn't started well this quarter for the Demons.
No. We might see some changes with the rule changes to the competition. You can't just call a tactical timeout like you used to regroup.
Well, there's one for
Ash Neal.
For the Demons.
Scores her second goal for the quarter.
Back to a 5-point deficit now, 19-14 in favour of the Warriors.
Strong take from Emma Kosh. Gives it to Lisa Millman, who's all alone underneath the post for a nice easy goal.
And that's 20-14. Now out to 6 points. And the Demons have got some work ahead of them if they're going to drag that lead back by half-time. And trying to be considerate about the way they pass, but Cody Blaze, is that a push in the back?
Yeah, look,
like
a little bit of a clash between her and Jess Eels.
Oh,
and another clash, and Courtney Kruder, she's down. She's not looking very happy.
That wasn't a very good sound, and she's grasping a shoulder, but she's up, and that's another goal though. While all that was going on,
wow.
An injured player, goal to the Warriors there, and we missed who actually scored that one because we were looking for Courtney Kruder.
Yeah, like I said, you can't just call time and have a breather these days. If you call time, it means you have to come off. So substitution. So if Courtney calls time, she's going to have to come off.
She had to go off.
Exactly.
21-14 in favour of the Warriors, and they're attacking again. Millman's going to shoot, and that one goes down. That's 22-14. They're really starting to march ahead now, the Warriors.
Yeah, look, we might see a change in Demons' defence. The Warriors' attackers just getting the better of them.
Once again, nearly another turnover, but ended up in the hands of Ash Neal. Found Clody Bay, and now it's back in the hands of Neal, and she has scored a much-needed goal. 15-22, 7-point difference. Still 11 minutes to play in the second quarter. And the Warriors are attacking in the hands of Kosh. She's shooting from long range. She's missed another one, unlike her.
And it's a throw-in for the Demons.
So they've got to start building the Demons. Worked it up the court with a great deal of patience. They seem a little bit slower than the Warriors.
I'd really like to see some more fakes being used in the Demons' defence. I think Warriors are really susceptible to go with the ball, and especially Andrea Gilmore and Brooke Walker. A nice fake there, I think, would have opened Amber Harvey up underneath the post.
Harvey scores there 22-16 now in favour of the Demons, and they're attacking again. And there's a call against the Warriors. So Amber Neal passes off.
Another penalty.
Amber Harvey.
Nice and close underneath the post,
Ashley
and it's a good settler there for the Demons.
17-22 in favour of the Warriors, and they're attacking. They've got the ball now, and the whistle stops play momentarily, but the Warriors will march ahead. And Emma Kosh shooting again from that long range. Oh no, she's passed.
She missed the last one. She's probably a little bit more cautious now. Passed it off to Lisa Millman.
17-23 in favour of the Warriors. Still 9.5 minutes to play in this first quarter, but that's a great intercept.
Yeah, look, unfortunately, just telegraphed that pass a little bit there, and Amber Harvey had 2 defenders on her, so need to look at another option.
That's a loose player picking up that ball out the back there, and they just seem to be running where they want to run at the moment, the Warriors.
Fantastic pass there from Emma Kosh into Lisa Millman. They've got a really good connection going there in attack.
24-17, 9 minutes to play, and the Warriors will attack again. They've turned the ball over.
Oh, and that's untouched centre pass there from Lisa Millman, trying to tell the umpire that her grounded foot was actually in the centre third, but there's no arguing with the people in white.
No, she was told pretty emphatically, wasn't she? So this is a good chance for the Demons now.
Oh, Andrea Gilmore. That's where we need to see the fake. Draw her out, she would follow that ball and open up a player underneath the post.
Another goal to Neal. 6 goals the difference now. 8.5 minutes to play, 24-18. Demons attacking again. They'd love to score here.
Nice quick hands. Oh, Ash Neal all by herself. And a lovely goal.
That gets them 5 goals now, and the unfortunately call against the Demons player. Yeah, the Warriors looking to surge forward. Lisa Millman, well, she's on a bit of a streak at the moment. She's not missing much.
More pressure over that shot. She's got a lovely high shot, but maybe mix it up and try a lean instead.
The Demons trying to find a path in, but it's very good defence. Contact call there. Amber Harvey has scored, so they've dragged it back to 5 goals now, 20-25, still 7.5 minutes to play. So conceivably they could be pretty close at half-time if they continue working hard and forcing turnovers.
And you know, 5 goals, that's a couple of turnovers, and that one just dribbles in there for Emma Kosh. But it's only a couple of turnovers, and they're back in the lead. So defence need to work overtime, and attack really need to provide some strong options.
They've really got to score every time they have the ball, don't they?
Definitely.
And Harvey scored that time she had the ball. It's back to 5 points, 26-21. 6.5 minutes to go in this quarter. And Emma Kosh will be shooting from very short range, and she isn't going to miss that too often.
Using all her movements, taking the defender out, dragging her away from the post to give her space back at it.
27-21 in favour of the Warriors. And every time the Demons look like they might be able to pinch a bit back, the Warriors scoot out a couple. That was good work from Cody Blay, though.
That was a great pass.
Gets it into Ash Neal, and that's another goal, 22-27. 6 minutes to go. And
It's a nice little tussle going on court between Ash Neal and Andrew Gilmore.
Oh, they would have played against each other a fair bit, I would say.
Definitely. Amber Kosh, will she shoot? Will she pass? She's going for the shot. Slapped away by Mia Spencer. And
The ball's going to end up with the Warriors, though, unfortunately for the Demons. They would have been keen to get a couple more before the Warriors score again.
So I wonder if Demons will be making any changes at halftime, or if they're going to...
You'd have to do something, you'd think, wouldn't you?
Yeah, look, it's tough. 5 goals isn't massive. Do you give them one more quarter to try and see if your starting team can chip away at that lead, or do you change it up? And
Oh, Emma Kosh has just made it a little bit harder because she's just scored to take it to 28-22. 5 minutes to play. The Demons have the ball, though. This is their chance to score and then turn over the Warriors if they can. It's play to Harvey. Said that a few times. Oh, that was nearly clever play.
Good
from
job
Emma
trying
Harvey.
to get that rebound. Unfortunately, her 2 feet were not quite on court. Demons working hard, trying to keep that ball, create
They're really
that
trying to
turnover.
press them, aren't they?
Andrew
But sooner or
Gilmore
later-
looking for options.
They're very, very patient. Oh, good turnover, though.
Great
Good hands.
and great pickup. That's what they need to do. Chase up those tips that they're getting.
And some good running there, too, leading and presenting. And that's great ball movement there from the Demons. That's probably the best passage of play all night from the Demons.
Lovely vision.
Finished
Hopefully
off by Ash Neal.
that gives them a bit of confidence.
28-23 now. The Demons will be looking to turn this one over if they can. But Emma Kosh is pretty much alone there. And that should be meat and 2 veg for Emma.
Demons defenders just floating off, trying to create a bit of a zone, but unfortunately leaving a few players open.
3 minutes 30 to play here at the State Netball Centre. This is the second quarter of the second semi-final, and the Demons are behind the Warriors.
That's better ball movement.
Although they might have the opportunity here to close that gap. They've done it 29-24, 5 goals the difference, that the Warriors will take possession from the centre. And they're going to move it forward very quickly. Can they get it into Lisa Millman?
Fantastic drive there. She got a bit of a bump. She wasn't happy.
And she's missed that shot, unfortunately, and the Demons have rebounded. Now they'll be looking to take full advantage of that.
Demons have to score, and unfortunately they've turned that one over. Just putting too much pressure on themselves in that attack end.
I'm not sure quite what that was for, but it's in the hands of the Warriors. And with Emma Kosh, they'll line up again. And she's managed to sink that goal. They're keeping this buffer around the 6-goal mark, 30-24 at the moment. 2.5 minutes to play. The Demons.
Nice.
I don't know what Amber Harvey was doing all alone like that, but she was, and
Cody
she scored.
Blay driving to the pocket, drew the keeper off, looking for a hunt, and great vision there to get the ball into Amber Harvey.
But the Warriors are responding immediately here, and Emma Kosh has missed that one.
But picks up that
So you
rebound.
talk them up. She's got the rebound though.
She does. Luck is falling the Warriors' way in that goal circle.
31-25. We're under 2 minutes of play left in this first half. But Amber Harvey,
I thought her foot was out of court then, but
I think
I'm
Amber
not
did
the
for a
umpire,
second as
so
well.
that's okay. I think Warriors are doing a really good job of pushing Demons wide there.
Oh, Ash Neal missed her shot, but the ball's ended up with Amber Harvey right under the post, and she scored. So, they're hanging in there. That little short passage of play at the beginning of the quarter where they let 3 or 4 goals in.
Now they're
really
hanging
hurting
goal
them.
for goal, but unfortunately they need to pick up a couple. And Akash confidently going to the post.
That was a much better shot from Emma. 32 to 26. Back out to the 6 points. 1 minute and 11 seconds to go. And,
just too much.
Just curled away from it, didn't it, at the last second? So turnover there, and the way things have been going, the Warriors could very well punish them here. It's a good movement from the Warriors, mid-court. They're taking their time, they're not rushing it, but when they go really quickly.
Yeah, and what I really like is the Warriors defenders coming down and helping to transition that ball into their attack. Just gives them a couple of extra options.
Oh, that's Lisa Millman doing what she does best, which is scoring. 33 to 26, 25 seconds left, and they're going to get the ball, so they could very well go ahead here. Further, just before half-time.
So contact from Lyndall Road. Maybe trying to wind down the clock a little bit so the Warriors don't score.
And the umpire very cynically calling a small time out there, I thought. Letting the player know. And there's Millman with the ball in her hand again. She's missed that shot.
I think that's going to be enough. Run out of time.
And that's time. Well, it's half-time at the second semi-final between the West Coast Warriors and the Southeast Demons here at the State Netball Centre, the West Australian Netball League second semi-final. 33 to the Warriors at the moment, 26 to the Demons. And how would you wrap up that quarter?
Yeah, look, I really think Demons needed to lift in that quarter. Unfortunately, like you said, a few mistakes at the start really cost them, and although they stuck goal for the rest of the quarter, they couldn't chip away that lead. So, yeah, slick as ever are Warriors in their attack end, and their defence is working really hard to push the Demons wide. So I think we need to probably see a couple of changes there in the Demons lineup, and I think we will.
Well, it's certainly something the coaching staff will have to consider. I don't think you can just allow it to go. They've got to change something up, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. And I can see West Coast Fever defender Josie Jance-Dawson giving the defenders a few tips, giving some examples on how they can mix it up over the shot. Obviously, Emma Kosh, Lisa Millman, very strong underneath the post at the moment. So defenders really need to mix up their defence over the shot to try to put them off.
Well, that's the first half done and dusted, Caitlin. We'll be back very shortly with the second half action here from the State Netball Centre. You're watching the Smarter Than Smoking WA Netball League second semi-final. It's the West Coast Warriors 33 leading the Southeast Demons 26.
Addiction starts with a choice. Addiction starts with a choice.
When you're ready. You're right. And welcome back to the State Netball Centre. It's the Smarter Than Smoking WA Netball League second semi-final. It's the West Coast Warriors up against the Southeast Demons, and it's the Warriors in the lead at the moment, 33-26, and my rudimentary math says that's 7 goals. We're coming up to the start of the third quarter, and I'm joined in commentary by Caitlin Bassett. Caitlin, have we had any changes?
Just a change between the wing defence and centre. So Lyndall Rowe dropping back into that wing defence and Courtney Kruter into centre.
So a positional change, not a personnel change?
No.
Well, the coaches obviously invested in their players in the first half, and they're giving a first crack at trying to reel in this lead. And they're going to get first blood too. Call's gone against Amber Harvey. She missed the shot. So it's a turnover for the Warriors, and they're going to look to increase this lead.
Nice cover there. Emily Cunningham just blocking Koshy up on the baseline, but she finds Lisa Millman.
Once again. So that's out to 34-26. That's much easier to add up. That's an 8-point difference. Only 30 seconds gone.
So the winner from tonight's game goes straight into the grand final. However, losers will get a second chance next week against one of the teams playing on the court next door, which is Coastal Sharks and the Darling Rangers. And Rangers are currently ahead, so either of these teams could be playing Rangers next week.
And in the meantime, Emma Koch, after some fine work around the circle there, has ended up with the ball, and she's scored, but it's back with the Demons now. And Amber Harvey coming for the Demons, and they need a few more of them. They need some turnovers. They need to get hands on the ball. It doesn't look like they're going to get the opportunity this time around. Emma Koch has been a bit flaky on those long-range ones lately. She was spot on from the beginning of the game, but seems her form has drifted.
Emily Cunningham really put her off, so we want to see some more of that.
And now the Demons looking for an opportunity to get that ball in the net. It's a whistle there. It was an attempted pass to Amber Harvey, but Ash Neal has put the shot up and scored. That's 28-35 now. They need a few more, but they have the ball, so they've got an opportunity now to...
Fantastic shooter to shooter. Amber Harvey turning and giving it straight to Ash Neal, I think, before she even looked to see if she was on.
The Warriors. Oh, that's just one of the easiest turnovers you've seen. I think did she get a dud call there? Or
I think she thought she was one of her players and just threw it straight to Ash Neal. It's hard for attackers to get intercepts, so Ash will take that one.
Yeah. She looked quite stunned at the time. That's
Don't
another one
past
for the
ball
Demons.
from the opposite team. Over on the sideline.
30-35 now, so they've dragged a couple of points back.
I can see her getting some attention from the physio, so we might see her back on court.
And that's a turnover there, unfortunately, for the Demons. Still 12 minutes to play. They're only 5 goals down on the Warriors at the moment. 35-30. They just need to keep chipping away at it, not be too worried if...
Great hands pressure there from Amber Harvey. Unfortunately, called for obstruction.
Now the Warriors looking for their opportunity. And there's a great intercept there, but the call's gone against her. The call's gone against her.
That's unfortunate. What I really wanted to see was her Demons teammates chasing that ball up, but...
Well, that's the sort of attitude they need, isn't it? You've got to go for it.
Just be watching the whole time, ready to...
She has.
What a great rebound.
And she scored. 36-30 now in favour of the Warriors, and they'll take the ball from the centre and straight back into attack.
So Demons chipped a few goals away, but unfortunately just letting Warriors back in again. And
Millman scores again. And the Demons got to be really careful that they don't just let it slip away, don't they?
Yeah.
Not get too downhearted when the Warriors do score. Keep fighting for it.
And they're working so hard to turn that ball over. They need to make sure they're rewarding their defenders by putting some pressure on the scoreboard.
Ash Neal shoots and scores. 37-31. It continues to hover around that 6-goal, 5-goal mark. And that's come off the hands of a Demons player. So it's going to be the West Coast with the ball. Emma Kosh has found Millman. She's looking around. Oh, great intercept, unfortunately. It wasn't really an intercept.
I think there was a bit of a hand in the back when she was going for that one.
And Lisa Millman will be shooting.
Oh, Emma Kosh not really expecting that pass, but
what a pickup, though.
She finishes off nicely.
She just did that very casually.
Just made it look easy, didn't she? Amber Harvey, that one-on-one.
I'm surprised she didn't have a shot for goal there. She's looking for a better position, I suppose, and in some ways she'll end up in that. So in the wash-up, it was probably very well played.
Yes.
But she scores 38-32 now. Still that 6-point. There's 9.5 minutes still to play in this third quarter. Emma Kosh lays the ball off to Millman, and she's going to shoot from short. Have the ability every time to come back at the Demons. The Demons can't get any traction at all.
Oh,
Amber
lovely.
Harvey.
Just drew her player out and rolled straight back off, and Cody Blay put the ball in the perfect position for her.
So once again, we're in this goal-for-goal phase of the game, aren't we? The start of each quarter seems to be the Warriors get a couple of cheap ones, and then it's pretty much goal for goal.
Oh, too easy. Those shooter passes between Kosh and Millman really have to start being shut down.
And that's 40-33 now. They've skipped out again, the Warriors. 8.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. That's Amber Harvey. She's got that goal.
Nice steady shot there. I think when Amber Harvey's in that one-on-one in the circle, they need to give the ball to her. She's such a...
Can't get the ball off Emma Kosh, though. Oh, she's called a foul.
Bad luck. I thought it was going to be a held ball. Unfortunately, ended up being a contact call against Emily Cunningham, just falling in a little bit too soon.
And now it's the Demons looking forward. And good work between Blay and Neal there, and Ash Neal will score. So they've just got to try. And here come the Warriors again. They look like when they need to, they can just turn it on.
Yeah, definitely. They've got such experience, especially in that attacking lineup of theirs.
And that's 42-35 now. Back out to 7 goals. And it's a good take there from
great take.
Amber Harvey.
That's what I want to see more of. When Ash Neal has the ball, look in first to Amber Harvey and give it.
Pressing hard, the Demons. They're trying.
Wayne, question to give out a warning.
And from that resultant penalty, their balls ended up with Lisa Millman, and she scored. 43-36, 6 and 30 to go, 6 minutes 30 to go.
Another turnover there.
Another turnover ball. There goes Andrea Gilmore, as far as she can go up the court. And the Warriors will get the ball from the centre pass as well, so they're in great position. 44-36 with 6 minutes to play in this third quarter. If they can just continue rolling along, going goal for goal, they'll have this game well and truly wrapped up. And Emma Kosh, she scored again. And we've just got some results in from the other games too tonight. In the reserves, the Demons 64 defeated the Flames 42, and the Warriors beat the Sharks 45-41. So the Sharks and the Demons will be playing off in the reserves next week in the preliminary final. So that means the Warriors are straight through to the grand final. And in the under-18s, the Warriors defeated the Rangers 44-30, and the Rangers will play the winner of the game going on, the Darling Rangers and Sharks match that is being played at the moment on the other court that we can't see the score for, unfortunately. Scores in the early battle. They've got 4.5 minutes to go in their third quarter, and it's 35-31 in favour of the Rangers.
And so if Warriors win this game tonight, it'll be 3 Warriors teams straight through to the grand final.
Oh, that's great work from the Warriors as a club. That's fantastic. They haven't managed to score there. Meanwhile, back here, it's a 10-goal game.
Spectacular. Andrew Gilmore went for the fly and then chased up her own tip.
And Emma Kosh could extend it to 11. Well, there's a call from the crowd there. I think the crowd certainly thought she had it for a long time. She's managed to score, though. That takes it out to 11 goals, 36-47 in favour of the Warriors. Still 4.5 minutes to play in.
She getting it can make of it.
And the Demons desperately searching for a scoring opportunity.
A little bit of pushing and shoving from Andrew Gilmore and Ash Neal, but Ash gets one back and settles that nice long shot.
Dropped nicely for her then. Still, that takes it back down to 10 goals difference. We've got a lot of work to do. We've got to try something now, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. At this stage, 10 goals, especially with 1 quarter and 3 minutes and change to go.
Taking a tumble, but Emma Kosh has managed to score.
She's back on her feet. She's a tough one, that Lisa Millman.
48-37 now. 3.5 minutes to play in this third quarter. Here go the Demons again. And that's
Amber Harvey on in front.
It's in the hands of Neal. She's put up another shot. And once again, she scored. It's a good one to pull back for the Demons, but they need a few more of them. They need turnovers.
Demons doing a good job of holding up the Warriors in attack. Forcing the ball backwards.
There's always that outlet, isn't there?
And that tip. Oh.
And
nice
their work around the
contest.
circle's been very good, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has been fantastic. They're contesting everything. They're getting their hands in. They're being annoying. That's what defenders have to do. Be annoying. It's their job.
And the Warriors get the ball in the hands of Kosh, and she's going to shoot. That one didn't quite make it.
Just a little bit short,
but it's ended up in the hands of Millman.
Yeah, look, Warriors have been very good at getting their own rebounds, so some opportunities going wanting there for the Demons.
The Demons, it's more about being turning over the ball too often, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And a bit tardy at the start of the game with the shooting, but since about the first 5 minutes, they've been very good. And there's another one from Harvey.
Nice strong take from her and finishing off with the shot.
They just haven't had the opportunities that the shooters for the Warriors have had.
Yeah.
She's not a big girl, Emma Kosh, is she? But
no, definitely. She's short and quick, and yeah, different from the traditional shooter you're seeing these days, where it's all about the height and tall holding shooter.
Unfortunate there on those calls. Emma Kosh, she's not going to miss from there. And it's 50-39, 11 goal difference in favour of the West Coast Warriors. A minute 30 to play in this third quarter. And the Demons are looking to try and scrape something back. And there's a call there against the Warriors. And a timeout called as well. So they've really got it ahead of them at the moment. They can't deny they haven't been having a crack. They've certainly been having a go.
No, I think, certain calls just haven't fallen their way, and momentum to try and change it again back in your favour.
That's another goal to Neal. And the West Coast with the centre pass. So it's Demons are going to be looking for that turnover. Working hard for it, but they...
Two players from the same team running into one another, and
eventually their hard work paid off. 55 seconds to go. They really need to make a move on here. That's great movement of the ball.
Nice.
And Amber Harvey will be lining up a couple of feet out from the post.
That was a good swing and open.
There was a whistle, but the umpires apologised for the whistle, and Harvey scores. 10 goals. With 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. That's the difference, 50-40 in favour of the Warriors over the Demons. And the Demons have the ball again. Harvey, big Hail Mary, that one, but it's ended up in the hands of Harvey, and she can score consecutive. Oh, she's passed it off.
They've got 24 seconds. So now they've got to work really hard to stop Warriors getting this goal. Let's see what they can do. And McCosh opens straight up the middle.
Well, she's out the back there, but
Oh,
and there's the three-quarter time.
Mason
Norman's
Norman.
put the shot down. So at three-quarter time here at the State Netball Centre, the West Coast Warriors 50 lead the Southeast Demons 42. Well, it's 51 to 42. Sorry, they've just updated the scoreboard as we speak. 51 to 42. And they've got it all ahead of them, the Demons, don't they, Caitlin?
yeah, definitely. They're going to have to pull something special out in this last quarter to really stop the momentum of the Warriors. I don't think the Warriors are looking at slowing down anytime soon either. So Demons really going to have to step up to the challenge and put their bodies on the line and really take a few risks, I guess, in defence to try and turn that ball over.
What for the Warriors? I mean, obviously they'd be fairly comfortable with the game where the game is at. Do the coaching staff start thinking about, well, maybe giving someone else a crack?
Yeah, definitely. I suppose next week, if they won't be playing, potentially it'd be nice to get some other players out there, but securing the win is probably first and foremost on the minds of the coaching staff. So, you know, the girls who have been out there have done a really good job, and to reward them and let them play a full game is important as well. But it would be nice to see a few changes and see a couple of the girls who have been sitting on the bench tonight get out and have a run around, because potentially they could be needed in the grand final in a couple of weeks.
Now, in the other semi-final going on tonight between the Rangers and the Coastal Sharks, 41 to 33 in favour of the Rangers. That'd be a bit of an upset, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's an interesting situation over on that court 3. Rangers and Coastals are missing a couple of players over in Canberra at the under-20s camp. So, you know, exciting opportunities for those girls to be over there. But obviously their state league teams are missing them, and it's showing.
Well, keep an eye on that game. And the winner of that game will be playing the loser of the game we're featuring tonight in the preliminary final next week. And, of course, the winner of our game tonight will be going straight through to the grand final, which will be played at Curtin Uni the 8th of August. It won't be here at the State Netball Centre. It'll be at the Curtin Uni.
At Curtin Uni. At the gym there. I think it'll be fantastic. You know, you can get a big crowd in there. Obviously, State Netball Centre is fantastic. But really lacks a bit of seating for the spectacle of a grand final. So, I think it'll be an exciting game.
Well, there are 3 exciting games on Sunday the 28th, starting from midday. There'll be entertainment throughout the day. I'm sure there'll be some sort of sausage being cooked somewhere along the line as well. Get down there. From midday, it'll cost $15 for adults if you want to buy a ticket. It's $10 for concession. And season pass holders, West Coast fee for members are all free. And 17 and under. So if you're a junior, you get in for free. So just hit your mum and dad up and get them to drop you off if you like. They don't have to pay the 15, just come in for free.
Why not?
Well, the Demons are pretty keen to get back out on the court. And have we got any changes there, Caitlin?
We've got a couple of positional changes. So Lyndall Road has moved back into that centre position, with Courtney Kruter dropping back into that wing defence. We've got a switch in the shooting end. We've got Amber Harvey and Ash Neal switching over. So Ash Neal dropping back into goal shooter, Amber Harvey coming out into goal attack. And we've got a change goalkeeper for the Demons. Jasmine Nash coming on into goalkeeper. So Mia Spencer staying out in goal defence. Emily Cunningham taking a rest for the last quarter, and Jasmine Nash coming out to see if she can make an impact.
Well, it's going to be a great experience for her tonight, that's for sure. And if nothing else, perhaps it'll be a good experience for buttering up again next week, because at this stage, it looks like the Demons will be playing in the preliminary final. West Coast Warriors are certainly in charge of this game at the moment, 51 to 42, with just 1 quarter to play, and the ball will be with the Demons. So if it's going to start, it's going to have to start now. The resurgence.
No changes to the Warriors lineup, so given how they've been playing so far, it looks like the starting team will run out the rest of the game unless there's a change halfway through.
And Amber Harvey gets the scoring underway for the Demons, and they'll be wanting turnovers. That will be the key to them winning the game tonight.
And I think Amber Harvey and her nice long arms out there will really help in defence in that centre third.
Our Warriors are trying to create an opportunity there, and
Nice
which way is that going to go?
Amber Harvey, unfortunately, looks
Bit unlucky, I thought, but
it's a contact from Mia Spencer.
very unlucky.
Emma Kosh calling for the ball. She's got a bit of attention there from Jasmine Nash. Nice step across shot. And
Emma Kosh, though, she's started the scoring for the Warriors and takes it to 52-43. Still that 9-goal buffer in favour of the Warriors. Only a minute and a quarter played, so not much has settled down just yet. Oh, that's a missed
dribbles
opportunity.
out for Ash Neal.
Ash Neal there.
Picked up by Brooke Walker, and Andrew Gilmore driving that ball strongly out of defence.
Oh, it's just those little fumbles that the Warriors have been able to take advantage of that the Demons haven't.
Oh, great
And
pass.
slick hands.
They've got, I'll say it again, they've got such a good connection, those two shooters.
Emma Kosh missed the first shot, but the rebounds come to the Warriors, and they've managed to score there through Millman.
Oh!
What a great take. What a great take from Emma Kosh. Fantastic effort from...
Wow. And that's what we want to see.
McKay.
Demons taking some more risks, and we saw Jasmine Nash coming out to try and pick that ball off and pulled him very nicely.
So once again, the Demons attacking. They're trying very hard. They're really having a good, strong crack at it. And some of their movement has been great, but...
It's just the finish off.
It
it's
is.
the shot. And I really want to see those shooters, if they miss, getting in nice and strongly to get their own rebounds. Warriors have been quite good at picking up their own rebounds tonight and getting a second shot. And that's what's given them this lead in the game tonight.
That's still a lead of 9 goals, 54-43. 12 minutes to play. Well, that's 55-43. Thanks to Emma Kosh. And the Warriors once again with the ball and into attack.
Mia Spencer, just have to be careful she doesn't give away those penalties so far outside the circle. Just leaves a 2-on-1 situation and makes it that much harder for the defenders.
And now I thought Millman was going to shoot them, but she passed off to Kosh, and geez, shot and scored. 56-43, 11 and a half minutes to play. Final term of the second semi-final here at the State Netball Centre for the Smarter Than Smoking West Australian Netball League. And Amber Harvey has the opportunity. She takes it, 56-44. 11:20 to play, and that's a great pass.
Fantastic pass.
And good hands too.
Oh,
but she can't finish off all that good work, unfortunately.
No. Oh, and a turnover for Demons. Unfortunately, a step from Courtney Kruger.
That's the luck you were talking about, isn't it?
That is. It's the momentum, unfortunately. Demons get another opportunity, though. Let's see what they can do with it.
It was good movement. They got it up there briskly enough. In some ways, almost caught the Warriors out.
They did, didn't they?
Nil.
And Demons
much needed
with
goal.
The centre pass. So hopefully they can score off this and try and build some momentum.
And Neil's going to have another shot. And there's
and a held ball. How frustrating.
Well, that standard's been set now, I suppose. 56-45 and a turnover.
I feel
for the
like
Demons.
that was karma. That was a very quick 3 seconds, and Demons get another opportunity.
A great shot from Neil.
And they finish off. So 10 goals, back to 10 goals, which 10 minutes left is not unattainable.
The Warriors are attacking at the moment, and they're looking to make sure it is unattainable for the Demons. But they're playing well, the Demons. They're holding them out. But unfortunately, the set call is going the way of the Warriors.
She gets another shot at goal. She had such a wide split on that take. I thought her 1 foot may have been just outside the circle, but obviously not if she was allowed to take that shot.
Oh, and that was nearly a turnover that the Demons were looking for. And that one could very well have been as well, but Emma Kosh is going to end up shooting.
Well, I think
great
Jasmine Nash
rebound.
has definitely came on and created an impact for the Demons' defence. She's been physical. She's come up for a couple of screamers to put off the Warriors in attack. And she's now put in a turnover, which will hopefully result in a goal. Maybe she should have been brought on a little bit earlier.
Yes. I was surprised at half-time that they didn't make some sort of change, but that's another goal to the Demons, 47. Back to 9, but that's just a poor turnover, really.
Could tell as soon as she released it, she knew that ball wasn't on.
Yeah. So the Warriors now back in control. 9 minutes to play, 56-47 in favour of the Warriors. And they're looking to extend that lead.
Oh.
It's called time, has she?
It was an offside call.
Oh.
Lyndall giving Hayley McKee a little push in the back and off into the circle. But the umpire didn't see that, only the offside. So Demons have possession. I feel sorry for the umpires sometimes. They've got so many things to look at so many times.
That's right. And so many players trying to trick them.
Exactly. Can't trick them.
And that ball's... She hasn't pulled the penalty there, but she's going to end up with a shot at goal. And she scored. So that's 56-48. 8 minutes to go.
Chipping away. It's getting there.
They are. There's nearly a turnover. And she's... I thought the call could have gone the other way, but... I must admit I'm not the greatest expert at netball rules.
That's all right. It's good to see the Demons mid-quarters, Kruger and Road really getting in there.
Another great rebound from Nash.
Fantastic. This is what the Demons need. They need to keep building. Make sure they look after the ball.
Great transitional play there. That has set Neil up nicely. And that's another
Lovely
goal.
shot.
Now they're starting to get a sniff.
Pass, exactly.
56-49. 7 minutes 30 to play. The Demons with the ball again. So hand in there and no call.
Andrew Gilmore going for that ball and just gave Amber Harvey a little tap on the head as it happened, and Harvey was expecting that ball, but no. This is the point where regardless of what's happening, we need to pull every ball in.
And she's called off at that
Bit
one.
of frustration there in Amber Harvey, as we can see.
Great work from the Demon. And
yes, fantastic.
Now that's about the first one that's gone their way, hasn't it?
Yeah, and you know what? Hopefully you see momentum turning for Demons. It was just a great contest on that high ball from Courtney Kruger. 7
minutes to go, 56-49 in favour of the West Coast Warriors, but the Demons have the ball and they've been surging in the last couple of minutes. They've certainly lifted their rating somewhat, but that's a great intercept from the Warriors. Brooke Walker,
yeah, nice turnover from her, really stopped the Demons in their tracks, but it's a turnover again, and let's see what Demons can make of this. I wonder why all of a sudden they've put their foot on the pedal and pulled it together. Why hasn't this happened a little bit earlier in the game?
There seems to be a bit more urgency on the shooting line, the defending line of the shooters, if you can say that.
Definitely, and Andrew Gilmore read that.
And down.
Demons players screaming for a held ball. Yes, great work from Amber Harvey. Unfortunately,
she's called it against her. They're certainly not happy at the moment.
No, and I think
girls.
The more looks you give to the umpires, the less calls you're going to get. So
that's
unfortunately,
right.
I'm guilty of it myself, getting frustrated and throwing a look to the umpire. But all you can do is just get on with the game and try and get that next ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And having done a bit of umpiring, I know that the players gobbing at you.
You're not going to give them that 50-50 call, are you?
That's right. Emma Costa obviously not being saying anything out on court. She's just dropped another goal, 57-49. So this cut a little bit of the momentum that the Demons had managed to work on there, but they've turned it over.
Demons.
The Warriors.
It's disheartening. It's getting a little bit scrappy out there for both teams.
It has. There's obviously tired girls out there. I mean, it has been a game played at a pretty frenetic pace. It's certainly, the longer the game's going, the faster it seems to be getting.
It does, and I just really want to see Demons settle when they have possession of the ball. Just take their time because they're just rushing a little bit and turning the ball over.
I think there's starting to genuinely be a little bit of feeling out there for the Demons as far as some of the calls not going their way. I think they're starting to get a little bit jack of all of that. It is 57 to 49, 4.5 minutes to play. It's not inconceivable, but it's going to be tough.
It is going to be tough.
Get out.
Demons just need to get a little bit more cleaner on their tips.
And that's another goal to the Warriors, and that's going to make it extremely hard now. 4 minutes 10 to play.
So well read, Jess Eels. There was only one option to the ball. Cody Blay was looking at them, and she read it well to pick it off.
58 to 49 in favour of the Warriors. 4 minutes to go.
Great athletic pull in there from Hayley McKee. Her sister's not playing this year. We had the two McKee sisters last year playing together, and I think Rochelle has become an umpire, so she's moved into...
Oh, good luck to her. Sport's nothing without umpires.
I think she'd be a great umpire as well. The level that she plays, her fitness.
And here come the Demons.
Yeah, Andrew Gilmore hunting for a turnover. Let's... Nice hands.
Oh, good interception, but not quite the turnover. So we haven't had a score for a little while. It's been turnover after turnover after turnover. Let's see what the Demons can do with this. Now, it's important the Demons keep pushing because they're going to have to front up next week, you'd think. And they've got to keep pushing hard. It's 10 goals at the moment, back down to 9 goals, 59 to 50 with 3 minutes to play. The Demons have the ball, so they can take another one off the score. Here comes Neil and Harvey. Good work there from Neil to get it to her. That's another goal.
A nice pass.
59-51. They've certainly got something to work with. It's not as if they've been absolutely flogged tonight.
No, they've had some fantastic patches, and I guess the positives they'll take out from this game is they have put some great passages of play together, but just not consistently.
Here come the Warriors now. 2 minutes 28. Kosh with the ball. That's a long time, and no one called it. Very lucky there, I thought, but the ball's still with the Warriors. And that's another goal to Kosh. 60 to 51. 2 minutes to play here. There's 2 minutes to play on the opposing. Oh, that's a big clash.
Just
But they both get up and they both run away with sort of smiles on their faces.
But some bruises tomorrow.
Yes, that's it.
Just not sitting for Ash Neal, but she'll get the throw in. I love that move. Bouncing off the post to yourself. Very sneaky. I was practicing at training this morning.
60 to 52, so it's an 8-goal advantage to the Warriors. Still a minute and 37 to play. On the other court, there's a minute to go, and I'd say that the Rangers have that very well and truly under control. 53 to 38 at them with a minute to go. So it looks like the Rangers will be taking on the Demons. It's the Warriors through Millman. Put up another one, so that's 61 to 52. Back out to the 9-goal lead. A minute to play. The Demons have possession though.
Demons really trying to get that ball moving quickly to try and score as many as they can with the last minute to go now. Probably only a couple of goals left in this game.
But they're playing it right out, aren't they? They haven't sort of thought, oh, well, we'll try and save ourselves for next week or anything.
No, they haven't given up. They haven't dropped their heads, which is fantastic to see. And
There's
obviously, all these players out there on court are going to be fighting for a position out on court next week. So they're going to have to be showing that they're capable.
And we'll just waste a little bit more time there. There's still 30 seconds to play with the...
Great dodge there by Emma Kosh. She's just so quick on her feet.
And... You know, in some ways, it'd be fitting if she ended up scoring the last goal. Because she was the one that got them going early. She shot, 8 or 9 straight early when the Demons missed a couple.
She's been fantastic tonight. A few lapses, but
And
she's come good at the end of this match.
And that is time. And the West Coast Warriors are straight through to the Smarter Than Smoking WA Netball League Grand Final. They're victors over the Southeast Demons, 52 goals to 53. That's a margin of 9 goals, and it was pretty much about the margin all game, wasn't it, Caitlin? So
Yeah.
6-9.
They did. They showed that dominance from the start. They got a couple of turnovers and have led the entire game. Demons did mount a really good fight back in that last quarter, and
Yeah.
I think, given a few, maybe an extra quarter, could have really brought that margin even closer, but unfortunately errors, miscommunication and just fumbles and general turnovers really cost them the game tonight.
Now, I'm sure the coach is going to make them watch that game during the week, because it'll be up on YouTube, and they'll be able to see at that last quarter how their intensity lifted. And maybe if it had happened a quarter earlier, they might have gone home. But I think by the time it got to that stage of the game, the Warriors were settled. They knew what they were doing. They were pretty much sweet there.
Yeah.
And they are through to the grand final in 2 weeks' time. The Demons, they've got a butter up next week, and they're going to be up against the Darling Rangers.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a fantastic game. Rangers will have a few of their players who are over at the 20s camp at the moment back. So Demons obviously will be hurting a little bit from this game, and I think, Rangers, are going to be out there really proving that they deserve to be in this final series. So it's going to be a great match.
And we'll be here again next week, bringing you all the action from the preliminary final. The Southeast Demons will be taking on the Coastal Rangers. It should be a fantastic game, and they'll both be looking for the opportunity to take on the West Coast Warriors in the grand final on the 28th of August, and we'll be broadcasting that game. That's the game on a Sunday. Next game from 8 p.m. on a Friday night. The grand final will be on the Sunday. Well, from me, John Lee, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Caitlin, it's been a pleasure once again. Thank you very much.
We'll see you next week.
Absolutely, and hopefully we'll have our viewers there with us next week as well. From the State Netball Centre, it's good night.
Addiction starts with a choice.